We are in the house of the savannas. I think you can see how these guys are looking. Yeah, there is something important that I would like to discuss with you. It looks to be that it's getting too rampant in the country, and I've said this many times, and I think it's an emergence that definitely needs an explanation and the approach. Most of you guys, people have been calling me, most of people in Mbarara and those people in that side of Nakasongola and other parts of the country asking me about the diarrhea that is really happening in the country. And as for me, I've seen seems to be that we are having maybe in those regions there must be some PPR probably, but it's not yet confirmed. But this clinical signs that we have shows that they might be having PPR, and it's moving at a higher rate. But what are the clinical signs that these guys see actually in that area? Those guys that are calling me, they have different clinical signs that they are seeing, and though some are missing, because with identifying what PPR shows in your flock, there is a lot of things we look at. Of course, we look at different things like diarrhea, we look at the cough, we look at nasal discharge, we look at high mortalities. Every day you can lose around 10 to 20 goats. Then also, we also look at, most of the time, tears from the eyes also comes as a part of that. When we do the postmortem, of course, we find congestion in the lungs. We find a lot of some water in the abdominal cavity, and as well even in the thoracic cavity. So most of the time you find that there was diarrhea, but I told you a long time ago that some of the things that we, if we see diarrhea in our animals, that simply, first and foremost, you have to think that those are worms. So when you also do the postmortem, on those animals that die, and they had diarrhea, they had cough, they had tears from the eyes, also nasal discharge, congestion, labored breath. If you slaughter them, being that they had diarrhea, I want you also to look at the worm as one of the cause of that. We might think that is PPR then, when there is something else also added on the PPR or on other clinical signs. So basically, what you told me, you have diarrhea, you have cough, you have congestion of the nose, but always you don't have tears. And most of the time you stop the diarrhea and it comes back the next day. Diarrhea next day. So probably, as me, I always have to advise you guys that we might have maybe diarrhea or something, but it's not very epidemic, not many farms. But I've got some cases. People from Masindi, I heard about you. Nakasongola, some people called me, and also in Western Uganda also called me. But it's not very dominant. But I wanted to maybe take you back to the vaccination schedule. That's what I wanted to maybe inform you today about. That you guys don't relax. If you don't see any outbreak, if you don't see any mortalities that is rampant, doesn't mean that the diseases stopped to be in the country. This is just a reminder about the vaccination schedule, and it's what I'm going to discuss about today. Those clinical signs you've seen, they are there, and we've not confirmed that is that is PPR, but there is signs that are closely related to that. So if you get that kind of condition, I'm going to tell you some of the drugs that we might be using for that case. But let me take you back to the vaccination schedule. I want you to write very well. After 6 months, I told you, we do the vaccination, and we do that vaccine once. There are different diseases that we vaccinate for in goats. Hope you guys get me well. There is some diseases that we vaccinate in goats. It doesn't mean that this vaccination schedule is standard to everywhere in the world. But in my area or in my country, These are the most common diseases that attacks our goats most of the time if an outbreak is there. And this is the schedule that Ham Animal Breeding Farm is following. And that's what I'm sharing with you. I want you to write about PPR. And PPR is one of the diseases that we always vaccinate. I want you to write PPR is one of the diseases, and you must vaccinate it every year. Then CCPP is also another disease that we vaccinate. And we have also pox. We also vaccinate it in goats. We also have clostridios. We also vaccinate them. We have Brucella melitensis. Brucella melitensis. And sometimes they also vaccinate for FMD if the outbreak is in the area. You get? And actually PPR, CCPP, pox, clostridio, Brucella, FMD, and OFF. But FMD, it has not been very common vaccinated in our area for goats mostly. But you know, they are carriers. It's hard. We do not see them reacting a lot for FMD. The outbreak can be in the area and you cannot find a goat reacting for it. It's very hard, but good enough, you can vaccinate for it. So the vaccination schedule that I wanted to present to you that you must do every year is just a reminder, because I told you this long time ago. PPR, CCPP, pox, clostridios, Brucella melitensis, FMD, and OFF. Those are the most common diseases that always attacks our animals. And I greatly tell you that please do the vaccination. Vaccination is cheap. It's very cheap than losing an animal. Just take an example. Somebody calls you and tell you, Hamis, this goat is down just because of a vaccine of 500 shillings. It's really very, very bad. So basically, that's what I wanted to inform you. This video, I made it because I wanted to remind you that the vaccination schedule should be respected and should be done every year. But those people who are still struggling with diarrheas, of which I've not confirmed whether it's PPR or whatever, but I know it is dealing with stomach. So please use Gentamox as in the treatment, use Dexa, also some sulfur orally, and maybe vaccination is more important, and also separation of those animals that you expect to have issues. So if you expect such, you're seeing some diarrhea in your flock or flu, there's heavy flus, please do the separation. The difference between PPR and CCPP is all about diarrhea. Some animal might show the same clinical signs. There is cough, there is nasal discharge, there is general body weakness, but there is no diarrhea. If there is no diarrhea, that means that could be CCPP. But if there is all those diarrhea, cough, nasal discharge, general body weakness, there is also diarrhea, there is also tears, that means probably that could be PPR. Those diseases seems to be similar, and they all attack the respiratory system as well. So you better vaccinate for both of them. But maybe like technical people can guide you over that, and they can show you how you can actually differentiate between the two, you know, taking more other steps to know what exactly is what. But it's very simple to handle. Please vaccinate your animals. If you see any outbreak that comes up or that rampant diarrhea that comes, what you do first, separate. If you separate, then deal with the rest of the animals. So vaccinate those that are not sick, then deal with the ones that are reactants. That's a very good approach, but separation is the code of the day. Guys, that's what I really wanted to inform you, and those are some of the challenges that we always get. I would like this guy to maybe open and let these guys go, because I'm also going to take care of the animals. So today is a Sunday. I have to be with my animals, and we have to let these guys go. So I keep watching these guys, keep checking whatever challenge that you get on your animals. Just go online, go on YouTube, put in Ham Animal Breeding Farm. Then after putting in Ham Animal Breeding Farm, end with Ham, with Hamis as my name. You can maybe, for example, put in What Causes Diarrhea by Hamis on YouTube. You can see it. Or What Causes Diarrhea by Ham Animal Breeding Farm. They will definitely give you answers. Maybe let's say if you have problem with eyes, what's the cause of the eye infection in goats, end with Hamis, you definitely have solution. Or you can even put how do you treat this and end with my name. That can definitely give you very good information, very good pictures. I wanted to block one of these person so that it can pass by. Which body score do you think this could be? This is a savanna in the country. Remember, it's on free range, but look what it can convert. It's quite beautiful. So guys, I don't want to speak a lot of words. I only want to show you the important information that you need to have. And my target is to make sure that I let your animals be healthy. That's the only thing I can contribute to you. That's the only thing that I can give you as Hamis. And the moment we do that, the moment we eliminate mortalities in the animals, it's very easy. It's very, very easy for us to accumulate the number of animals. Let me just wish you the best, guys. Bye for now. These are my new babies that have just been produced. Watch them, like them, and follow. Thank you so much. Let me just wish you the best, guys, and bye for now.